So stress really is defined as, something that's happening outside of us, but we're taking it on, we're feeling it in our body. And it's our reaction to what's happening out here that's causing the stress in here. And that's how stress is defined really. And there are different types of stress. So you can have the honeymoon phase where you're on a high about something and it's all great. And then suddenly that develops into minor stress, feeling minorly stressed. And then that develops into chronic stress. And then in turn that comes into burnout. Now we can have these stages any time in our lives. Life has become so fast for us all, the fast pace of life. We no longer have 9-to-5 jobs, now we're working 24/7 with our computers. So this is something that happens us all of the time. But particularly at the moment it's a topic for discussion because we are more housebound. Maybe you're in an apartment, maybe you're feeling a bit stir crazy. I'm lucky to have my gardens here, but everybody isn't as lucky as that. But it's really to look at how we're dealing with our stresses. So there's 3 ways we can do that. We can first of all recognise, are we stressed or not? And if we are, how can we cope with that? So reverse it is the second door that I would talk about. And the third door then is building your resistance or your resilience to the stress. So how does stress affect us really? It affects us on different levels. So our bodies have this internal, mechanism to fight against stress. It's called fight and flight. So normally as humans in ancient times, we were out hunting and gathering. Our ancestors were all out looking for food. And when we were in a dangerous situation, if the lion or bear appeared or whatever animal appeared, we went into this fight or flight. So that's what's happening now in our body when we're in a stressful situation. That we release all these hormones, all these endorphins are released through the body. And that affects absolutely everything. We release cortisol, epinephrine, and our body jumps into this fight or flight situation. And what happens is your heart rate increases, your blood sours, your muscles tense up, every single organ in your body and in your mind, all the neurons in the mind go onto high alert. And then we become really, really stressed. And normally in the hunter-gatherer time, we had our stressful moment, we ran away from the stress and we recovered. But now what's happening with us all is that we're in this perpetual case of stress. So what's happening is we are not dealing with the stress. Our body is 24/7 running, and it really can't cope then, and that's when disease and disorders set in. And sometimes it can be disorders of the mind, sometimes it can be disorders of the body. So as I said, there's 3 approaches. So the first thing is to recognise where in your body you're feeling this. Is it my head? Am I suffering from migraines, headaches, tension in my head? Is it my stomach? Our stomach and our mind are very much connected. So is it my gut? Am I feeling I've indigestion, I've reflux, I've a tightness in my belly? Or am I suffering from constipation? Have I aches and pains in my body? So the first thing is to recognise how this stress is affecting you. And then the next thing to do is, well, how can I cope with this stress? So there's lots of coping mechanisms that we can put into place ourselves, but sometimes it's a case that we may need professional advice. So for yourself, the first thing we did when we were the hunter-gatherer was run away. So the first thing I would say is to start to exercise. So move your body in whatever way you can. All you need to do is just take time, 5 or 10 minutes every day in a small space. You can do a little bit of exercise, your yoga, your qigong, your pilates, lots of free things now on Instagram. We've loads of help with us on YouTube. So really look for your tools in relation to exercising. I'm a great woman for the trampoline. I'm always telling people to get a little trampoline and jump on the trampoline. If you have children and you have a trampoline, get on that trampoline because that's releasing all those happy hormones. And we want to be happy. We want to bring that feeling of joy to diminish that feeling of stress in our body. The second thing is mood and food are very much connected. So watch what you're eating and observe, how am I feeling after I eat certain foods or I drink certain things. Like a lot of alcohol, a lot of caffeine, a lot of sugar. Sugar is 8 times more addictive than heroin, imagine. So really look at what you're putting in and how you're feeding your body, because our gut is very much connected to our brain. As I say, food and mood are very connected. What else can you do for stress? You can meditate. I'm a great advocate of meditation, being mindful, living mindfully. mindfully. That's what Zestivo is all about. So meditating, even 10 minutes in your day, to take quiet time to meditate, just ground yourself. If you can walk on the land, you know, come out to your garden or stand in the light. Light is another great tool. We need vitamin D, vitamin C, and we'll get that from the daylight. You know, even if there's a little bit of sun, we know sun today, we've had sun for a few days, but even if there's a little bit of sun, don't be inclined to put your glasses on, because we all need that vitamin D. Vitamin D works on our moods, on our immunity, it works on how we're feeling. So even to stand on a balcony and absorb that daylight in through your eyes, in through your skin. The same if you can walk in on the land, walk in the garden, go round your garden and potter in the garden. Whatever you can do to help really get your mood back, to lift your moods, is so important. So these are little tools that you can do yourself. If you want to take it a step further, you can go online and look for a therapy called emotional free therapy, or EFT. EFT is fantastic. It's a tapping technique that we use with an affirmation, going on meridian points through the body to clear negative feelings, and it changes your frequency, it changes your vibration, it changes your thinking. So check out EFT, and there's a lot of stuff free online for that. Cognitive behavioural therapy, some people find very beneficial. You will need a therapist for that, but I'm sure at the moment there's so much online. So many people are opening up their offerings, so many therapists are there to help you. So by going online, just looking for a good cognitive behavioural therapist who maybe can help you get through this difficult time. Of course, staying in the moment is essential now, because we don't know what's happening in the future. We don't know what tomorrow is bringing. We want to keep ourselves now in this moment, grounded here and now, thinking that this is the only moment that matters. This is something we teach in mindfulness all of the time, but because of the busyness of our lives, we don't get it. But now we have the opportunity to try it, to get it, and stay in the moment. Take each day as it comes. Listen to that bird song today. It's amazing. Look for being gratitude at the little things we have around us. Time with our family, time on our own. We're always looking for free time to do this and that. Do our journaling, do our artwork, do whatever you want. You have the space, you have the time. The most important thing for us all is to be happy in our lives. So look on the positives of this situation. Try and find joy in your day in whatever little way you can. And the main thing for you now is to stay safe. And as I say in Zestivo, make the rest of your life the best of your life. I look forward to speaking with you again.